The Fountain of Tears is a sculptured dialogue of suffering between the crucifixion and the Holocaust. The Fountain of Tears is a wall, 60 feet long and 12 feet high. It has 7 panels made of Jerusalem stone and 6 pillars of field stones. Facing each one of the panels are 7 life-size bronze figures. The title, The Fountain of Tears, is taken from a verse in the Bible from the book of Jeremiah. The prophet is crying out to God, "O Lord, that my head were a spring of water, and my eyes a fountain of tears, that I would weep day and night for the slain of my people." The 7 panels are high-relief sculptures, each depicting a different crucifixion scene. Each crucifixion panel relates to each one of the last 7 statements spoken by Jesus in the last moments of his life. The 6 pillars of stones act as dividers between each of the 7 panels. These pillars represent a memorial to the 6 million Jews who perished in the Holocaust. The 7 bronze figures symbolize a Holocaust survivor. His head is shaved, and he is dressed in the striped clothes of the concentration camp. Each figure is responding and identifying to each word spoken from the crucifixion. There is also water that very slowly trickles over the pillars of stones, symbolizing the tears from the cry of Jeremiah. The water from each of the pillars is channeled out of the courtyard to irrigate 6 olive trees. At the south end of the courtyard is a sculpture called Gethsemane. This depicts the struggle over the cup of suffering, the beginning of the crucifixion. At the opposite end of the courtyard are 2 sculptures, the butterfly and the empty cup, both symbolizing resurrection. All of these elements come together to tell a story, to relate a possibility, to ask a question. Could the crucifixion and the Holocaust have something in common with each other's pain? Now, it has been said over and over again historically that the suffering of the crucifixion actually created the suffering for the other, the Jewish people, in the Holocaust. So it is important to understand the process of artistic creation in this work in order to understand its communication. The artist has taken these last 7 words of Jesus and has done a creative meditation on each one to see if there is identification which would somehow connect the 2. The artist, Rick Winicki, is originally Canadian. He came to Israel as a 21-year-old, drawn by his fascination with the rising of the Jewish state out of the ashes of the Holocaust. He sees himself as a believer in Jesus and has lived in Israel now for over 30 years. He deeply understands the conflict of the crucifixion and the Holocaust that he has brought together in this work.